We're here with Mike Huckabee at the Republican National Convention. Welcome, Governor.
Thank you, Howard. Great to be here.
Nice of you to fit us into your schedule. You spoke to the convention last night. You got a nice reception. You talked about Mitt Romney. You said that, you're an evangelical. He is a Mormon. You said you didn't care about his religion. Why did you make a point of that?
I think a lot of people have this narrative that evangelicals are not going to vote for a Mormon, that there's something, that makes us suspect. And I wanted to clear the air about that.
Sort of an elephant in the room?
I think so. I think we have to talk about it. And last night, what I wanted to do is say, why wouldn't I vote for him? I'm not electing a pastor. I'm voting for a president. And you vote for people who can lead and who can carry out the ideas that you think are most important to you. Mitt Romney clearly has that hands down over Barack Obama for evangelicals like me.
You and I talked the other day when you were doing your new syndicated radio show about Mitt Romney as a political performer, and he obviously is a business guy who is not, I think most people would agree, a natural politician. You made an interesting analogy about how important it is to connect personality-wise in politics, particularly in this election year.
Well, I think the analogy that I used is that if you're going to the doctor for a checkup, you don't really, you really want the doctor to have some chit-chat with you, be casual and talk. But if you've just been diagnosed with a brain cancer, you just want to make sure that the guy's going to open your head up is the most competent surgeon possible. So I think America's in the ICU. We've had a tough diagnosis. We're in real trouble. And while we all understand that likability factor, I think Mitt's likable, but this isn't a personality contest. We really are selecting somebody to lead. And I'd say the same thing, an airline pilot.
But let me jump in. Does a president has to be able to communicate? A president
Sure.
has to be able to inspire. You've used personality, and you've gotten elected, and when you ran the last time. Can you really separate personality from the political realm and the policy realm?
Well, let me be fair. Mitt's not exactly completely a stone figure. He does
suggesting
have a
that.
warm side. But as I've told people, I think Mitt ought to go ahead and just acknowledge the obvious. If I were giving him advice, it's to go out there and say, look, I know a lot of you think I'm a little bit stiff, a little bit buttoned down, but you know what? That's who I am. But when I sit behind a desk, I know what to do, and that's why you're going to elect me.
You compare him to Ward Cleaver.
I think that's a great analogy. And by the way, it's a term
1950s sitcom.
No, but it's a wonderful term of endearment for me because I grew up believing that every family could be the Cleavers, and so it's not a term of derision; it's one of endearment, and really it's a compliment to Mitt.
You opened your speech with a joke about being able to hear Debbie Wasserman-Schultz from the next hotel.
Yeah.
We had her on Beast TV earlier today, and I asked her about it, and she said she didn't think that you understood women very well. She seemed perturbed by that, and she talked about your support of Todd Aiken and after his comments on legitimate rape. I wonder if you'd like to respond to that.
I think I saw one comment someone had sent to me that she had sent out saying that I must not be comfortable with strong women. I said, have you ever met my wife? Are you kidding? Come on.
Do you think that she overreacted to a bit of humor?
People can overreact, but I think one of the most important things in politics, particularly those of us who are going to be on the stage, learn to let some stuff roll off of us. If it's a serious attack on our integrity or our character, okay, we can take umbrage at that. You can't go around getting your feelings hurt about every time somebody makes fun of you. People make fun of me. I take it as a point of honor. I'm kind of delighted that they think I'm significant enough to be made fun of.
The media sometimes penalize politicians who take some chances, who say some colorful things, and then we complain that politicians...
Sometimes do. They always do.
Do Republicans get more of that in your view? Do you think there's a double standard?
Oh, yeah, and I really do believe that. I mean, Joe Biden can talk about, we're going to put you all back in chains. And
he got a lot of critical coverage for that.
Well, he did, but I do think that there is a double standard. Republicans can say things in jest, and there's an immediate 10 interest groups demanding an apology. I think sometimes we need to be careful about faking our umbrage. And let's just be honest, some things are offensive. I think what happened, I heard about a horrible incident happening to a CNN camera person. That's really an offense. That deserves absolute pushback. Somebody making a joke, and let me give Joe Biden a little slack. When he said a week or so ago, the Republicans are squealing like pigs, that was not offensive. That was a metaphor. That's fine. Go with it.
Finally, you considered running for president a second time this year, decided not to, decided to stay with Fox News. Now you've got your own radio show. Was that a hard decision to stay out of the arena? A lot of people thought you had a shot.
It was a tough decision up until the time I made it. And once I made it, I have had absolute peace about it. And I've not revisited it.
And now you make your living holding one of these microphones.
Yeah, and it's not bad. It's a little easier than being out out there getting clobbered every day by all the people who have a microphone.
Now you get to do the clobbering. Mike Huckabee, thanks very much for joining us here in Tampa.